did start the stream just a bit late, and the Fungo already hit a leadoff double, as that was Jason Arendt. Up to bat is Evan Harding, their center fielder. Jake Fuller on the mound here for the River Bandits. Here's the pitch home, and a swing and a miss for strike 3. So, all getting used to it now. Nick Badgett on the plate, their left fielder, the righty, with a man on second. He's having trouble getting that camera all set up. Now it's back with Jake Fuller on the mound. Man on second. He looks back at second base. The pitch home is high for ball 1. So a 1-0 count here. Trying to get everything situated, I'm sorry. Here's the pitch home, and that is in there for strike 1. Jake Fuller at Lewisburg, with a 2.25 ERA and 7 appearances, 8 innings pitched. Looks back at second base again. Here's the pitch home. Is low for ball 2. Jake Fuller has only appeared one time in our opening night against the Twins. 2.1 innings pitched, 0 hits, 3 walks, no earned runs, and 5 strikeouts. So a great outing. A little bit of a loss of control, but nonetheless a great outing. Here's the pitch home, and a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Not a strikeout just yet. So a 2-2 count with a runner on second. Nick Badgett at the plate. Nick Badgett with the pitch home, and that is low for ball 3. A full count here early in the game. Jake Fuller. We're going to see Josh Mrook, the opposing pitcher for the Fungo here in the bottom of the first. Let's hope it's a 0-0 game at that point. Jake Fuller watching second base closely. The pitch home is flied out to center field. Brent Riddle is there under it to make the play. The runner does not go to third, and that keeps that runner at second. Brent Riddle under it for out number 2. Bringing up Anthony Mitta, their third baseman, number 6. So a leadoff double and 2 consecutive outs here for Jake Fuller. See if he can strand that man on second in the first. Get his confidence high for the rest of this outing. Really hasn't pitched long this season. Like I said, only 2 1/3 innings pitched so far for the River Bandits. Looks back at second. The pitch home is inside for ball 1. So if I have time, I'll get to the defensive alignment. If not, I'll do it in the second inning. Sorry, I got the stream started up just a bit late. You missed that leadoff double. We're hoping to strand him at second. Here's the 1-0 pitch. Is grounded out into their dugout for strike 1. Let's try pitching tonight. Jake Fuller at the behind the plate. Phillips Daniels at first. Keith Gardner, second base. Mitch Jones at third. John Howard, short. Brandon Phillips, left field. Armani Newton, center field. Brent Riddle, and the right field. Eston Snyder for the River Bandits. 1-1 count. Jake Fuller with a ball outside and high. 2-1 count. Anthony Mitta at the plate. Anthony Midda played at Campbell this past season with a .333 average and grounded down the first base line. It hits the bag, a bad bounce for the River Bandits. Runner's going to stay at third, and runners are going to be on the corners. Would have been an easy out for Keith Gardner at first. It's an unlucky bounce off the bag and into no man's territory. And that'll bring up Alex Imposimato. Hopefully I'm pronouncing that right. I said it a little slow. Imposimato. That'll be the right fielder tonight. Righty batter with runners on the corners and 2 outs. Jake Fuller working slow to start the game. Might have to do with the fact that runner was on second to start very early, and there's ball 1 above the letters. The 1-0 pitch from Fuller is fouled back for strike 1. Alex Imposimato at Gulf Coast State College, Embry-Riddle University, a junior from Wake Forest, North Carolina. He's in a 1-1 count with runners on the corners. And that ball is high for ball 2. Anthony Midda, the third baseman at first, looking like he wants to steal second if he can, try to get in scoring position. He's dancing around first next to Keith Gardner. Here's the pitch home, is fouled back behind the stadium for strike 2. 2-2 count, chance for Jake Fuller to get out of this. Two count, runners on the corners, 2 outs. Jake Fuller doesn't want to have any earned runs on him in the first inning, wants to get out of it. He's still scoreless on the year. He wants to stay that way. Here's the 2-2 pitch. Is in there for strike 3. Alex Imposimato strikes out looking. The River Bandits strand 2 runners. Jake Fuller does a great job getting out of that inning. And the River Bandits will try to score in the bottom of the first. We'll see you here on YouTube Live in just a moment. We're back in the bottom of the first inning at Tarboro Municipal Stadium as Brent Riddle leads off for the River Bandits as he takes ball 1 high. Josh Mrook, the pitcher for the Fungo tonight. Josh Mrook at Belmont Abbey University with a .977 ERA. Here's a pitch home, is outside for ball 2. at Belmont Abbey. 1 win, 1 loss in 17 appearances, 15 2/3 innings pitched, 23 hits, 17 earned runs, 10 walks, 11 strikeouts, and 4 home runs allowed. See if the River Bandits can get a home run tonight. As the pitch home is in there for strike 1. I still haven't seen a home run from the River Bandits in Tarboro Municipal Stadium. I believe all 5 of their home runs have been away. Love to see one tonight. Here's the 2-1 pitch. He grounds it very short to the pitcher and in time for out number 1.
DH number 17, Colin Hughes.
Colin Hughes, our extra hitter tonight, usually plays catcher. He'll be the extra hitter tonight as there is an extra hitter in the Premier League this season, so 10 hitters. I've never seen that before. It's a first-time thing for me. 10 hitters for the River Bandits. Colin Hughes will be that extra hitter tonight, the lefty catcher. Here's the pitch home. As that misses for ball 1. Looked like a strike. Catcher Jason Jellick just missed that ball. Might have cost Muruck a strike there. Colin Hughes looks at another ball. 2 balls, no strikes. Colin Hughes on the River Bandits at a .267 average, 18 plate attempts, .389 on base percentage, 4 hits, a double, and a home run. The 2-0 pitch is inside for ball 3, 3 consecutive balls. Colin Hughes only has 1 walk on the season versus 4 strikeouts. So this would be his 2nd walk of the season here. See if he has the green light with the 3-0 count. It's in there, or outside, excuse me, for ball 4. Colin Hughes will draw a walk, a 4-pitch walk from Ruck.
Jameson.
If you hear your sound go off, it's because we do not want YouTube to copyright us, as there's walk-up music for every player on the River Bandits. So it will go silent just a little bit this game. Colin Hughes drew a walk, has a small lead at first base. The pitch home is low. Jack Nielsen at the plate. Jack Nielsen has been scorching hot for the River Bandits with a .400 batting average and 27 plate attempts, .556 on base percentage. It's a great start for him on the River Bandits. A big righty hitter. He's our DH tonight, so the EH and DH consecutive, and he lines it into right field for a base knock, and that'll keep Colin Hughes at second. Jack Nielsen hit it too hard to Alex Imposimato.
The left fielder, number 11, Armani.
Armani Newton at the plate. Another scorching hot bat for the River Bandits with a .400 batting average. Or excuse me, .429 batting average. That was Jack Nielsen with a .400 batting average as he's on first base. He grounds it out to second base. Might be 2. No, there's a bobble to throw to first. Not in time. Armani Newton gets there in time. Excuse me.
Yes, clearly.
Bases are going to be loaded as Armani Newton grounds it to second base, and Jason Arendt cannot make the play.
Number 4, Mitch Jones.
Josh Muruck in a jam here with the bases loaded after Jason Arendt can't make the play at second. Armani Newton, the speedy guy on the bases, just beats the throw out as there's ball 1 from Mitch Jones. Mitch Jones, our second baseman tonight. Only 12 plate attempts, but also has a .429 batting average, so a lot of great hitters this season for the River Bandits. .666 on base percentage. Here's the pitch home, is a breaking ball that's in there for strike 1. So a 1-1 count. Josh Muruck on the mound with the bases loaded and 1 out. The pitch home is outside for ball 2. Nowhere for the runners to go. So if Muroc loses his command, it could bring in an early run for the River Bandits. Mitch Jones does have 4 walks on the season and no strikeouts. Wants to keep that no strikeout gig up. Pitch home, he grounds it out to the shortstop side. There's 1 at second, in time for 2. Muroc pitches out of the bases loaded jam, gets a double play from Jack Boyles to Jason Arendt to Hogan Stallings. What a great play from the defense of the Fungo. That'll be it in the first inning. So River Bandits strand 3. Hogan Stallings leading off for the Fungo, their first baseman, 6th in the batting order, as it is still tied 0-0. Jake Fuller taking the mound again for the second inning. That ball is low for ball 1. River Bandits had a primal opportunity to score in the first inning as they had the bases loaded with 1 out. He grounded into a double play from Mitch Jones, as that is lined down the first base side past Keith Gardner into right field for a single for Hogan Stallings.
The designated hitter, number 22, Jackson Rutecki.
That'll bring up Jackson Rutecki, a catcher from Campbell University. He's a DH tonight. Man on first, no outs. Pitch home, big swing and a miss for strike 1. So 2 leadoff hitters of each inning, the first and second against Jake Fuller. They both get on base. Let's see if he can get out of it once again with no runs, as there's ball 1. A 1-1 count on Jackson Rutecki. Here's the pitch home. Is laced past the shortstop, Brandon Phillips, and there's going to be runners on first and second.
1 single to right, 1 single to left.
2 consecutive singles early in the count against Jake Fuller. Now runners on first and second.
No, the scoreboard's having difficulty.
Jake Fuller in a jam of himself. 2 consecutive singles. Did have runners on the corners this past inning, got out of that jam. Jake Fuller seems to work somewhat slow with runners on the bags. It's only been runners on the bags in the first 2 innings. Here's the 0-0 pitch. That's in there for strike 1.
Hey, he gets hit, but he throws strikes, man. It's better than walking people.
Unless they hit a double or something.
Need a double play, as the Fungo did that this bottom half of the first. Jake Fuller looks back at second. Here's the pitch home. It is inside for ball 1. Crowd has gotten pretty big here in Tarboro. It started off kind of slow.
Huh? No, that's from the rap.
Jake Fuller looks in, looks back at second. The 1-1 pitch is right to John Howard, and he just gets off his glove. That's going to bring a runner home, and runners are going to be on first and second.
The shortstop, number 15, Jack Boyles.
So Wake Forest responds. Wow, great pieces of hitting from the Fungo. Just hard hit ball after hard hit ball against Jake Fuller. Almost right to John Howard's glove. Could have been a double play if they did it fast enough. It was laced right to him. So 1-0 Fungo. Here's the pitch home. It's in there for strike 1. Runner's still on first and second now. As that's a big swing and a miss for strike 2. Jack Boyles out there plate, their shortstop. It's quiet here at the crowd, trying to let Jake Fuller work his magic. Runners on first and second, and that's low for ball 1. Lots of hits, lots of walks already in these first 2 innings. Jake Fuller trying to get out of this with runners on first and second. Still no outs. 3 consecutive hits. Pitch home is grounded out to Keith Gardner at first. Jake Fuller's going to the bag. He's going to step on it in time for out number 1. Great play from Jake Fuller to cover first base after Keith Gardner had to run out and get that ground ball.
The catcher, number 29, Jason Jellick.
That's a big catcher.
Now 2 runners in scoring position as Phillips Daniels is talking to Jake Fuller on the mound. And Jason Jellick, their left-handed catcher, at the plate with runners in scoring position. Jason Jellick at Wake Tech Community College, a 6'2", 6'2" catcher. Went to IMG Academy High School. Wow. Pitch home is inside for ball 1. Hit .216 over at Wake Tech. 25 walks, 10 RBIs, a home run, a triple, 2 doubles, on 11 total hits. Only 1 out here for Fuller. The pitch home is way outside for ball 2. Jason Arendt, the top of the Fungo lineup, on deck. Here's the 2-0 pitch. It's swung on and missed for strike 1.
There's only 1 out, right?
2-1 count, 1 out, and Jason Jellick at the plate.
It's registering. It's just taking a long time.
4 hits already for the Fungo. 3 coming in this inning.
Yeah, it just popped up altogether.
A leadoff double from Jason Arendt last time, and that is grounded out. This time, John Howard makes the play over to first, and not in time as Keith Gardner drops out of his glove. That's going to advance the runner to third, and another run scores with no out recorded. Now a 2-0 game as Jake
The second
Fuller
baseman, number 3, Jason Aarons.
getting hit hard here. Some misplays from the defense. John Howard throw over to Keith Gardner, and Keith Gardner can't make the play. A hard stretch for Gardner, but it does pop out of his glove. Already in the second inning, back to the top of the lineup for the Fungo. River Bandits defeated the Fungo 11-1 their first time. Here's the first pitch against Arendt. Is upstairs above the letters for ball 1.
Third baseman. The third baseman. Yeah, he made both errors.
1-0 pitch. It's outside for ball 2. Just a long inning here for the River Bandits. Runners on the corners with 1 out.
He better come up and hit a bomb or something.
Pitch home is just above his head. He has to duck. Would have drilled him in the helmet. There's ball 3, as that ball just slipped out of his hands. Pitch home is popped up to the shortstop side. Nope, third base. John Howard under it to make the play. Keeps runners at first and third. Couldn't see the ball, thought he might have lost it there.
The center fielder, number 13, Evan Harding.
Going to have some interviews here in the third and the 7th inning. Going to have Adam Jameson in the bottom of the 3rd and Adam Quincy in the bottom of the 7th. And that is low for ball 1. One 1-0 count, runners on the corners, and 2 outs. Is laced past the third baseman, John Howard, and another run is going to score.
Have you tried turning the whole thing off and then turning it back on?
He's getting hit hard. Every ball that's been hit this inning has been a hard hit ball. There's no chance for the infielders to get there in time. It's just right past John Howard and Brandon Phillips, right in between them. And that was Evan Harding that got that RBI, bringing up Nick Badgett, their left fielder. Nick Badgett at University of Virginia Wise Cavaliers. He looks at strike 1.
Well, they're hitting them good and they're not making plays when they need to. It could be a 0 run, but it should be 0-0 still.
3-0 early here, the Wake Forest Fungo. Jake Fuller's in a jam. Here's the pitch, is low for ball 1. Virginia Wise, he had a 376 batting average. Here's a pitch home. As that is hit hard to center field, and he's going to get there in time. Brent Riddle is just lined out straight to him. Only had to move up a few steps, and that'll be the final out of this inning. The Wake Forest Fungo do go up 3-0. The River Bandits are going to try to respond in the bottom of the 2nd. We'll see you here in just a moment. Leading off for the River Bandits in the bottom of the second inning is Phillips Daniels, our catcher tonight. So pitch home is in there for strike one. Mitch Jones grounded into a double play to end the bases loaded in the first inning for the River Bandits. Here's the pitch home is ball one against Phillips Daniels. Right after that, Wake Forest Fungo responded with 3 runs. So a big defensive play and then some hard hit balls against Jake Fuller. There's a pitch as it's grounded out to the shortstop side. Jack Boyles, and he can't make the play. He's going to drop there. That's the second error of the game for the Fungo, and 2 for each team now already in the bottom of the second.
The first baseman, number 35, Keith Gardner.
That'll bring up Keith Gardner, our first baseman tonight, the big righty hitter with a man on first. Leadoff reach as that is outside for ball one.
Cameron's going to have Leighton turn off the board and then turn it back.
Keith Gardner with 17 plate attempts, 294 on base percentage, does have a hit. His only hit is a home run this season. Pitch home is in there for strike one.
Yeah, this is pretty good. It's pretty spread out.
So a 1-1 count against Gardner. Phillips Daniels on first after the reach on an error, as that's outside for ball two. Jake Mruck on the plate from Belmont Abbey for the Fungo. Had a tough first inning, got out of it with a big defensive play, some help from his infielders. He's going to need it again after a leadoff reach, as a big swing and a miss from Keith Gardner makes it a 2-2 count. River Bandits as a team are hitting .287 with a .432 on base percentage. They have 1 triple, 6 home runs, and 55 RBIs. The 2-2 pitch is fouled off. We'll do it again.
Foul ball brought to you by Cotton Valley Golf Course.
Cool stat for the River Bandits. They have 61 walks and 61 strikeouts before this game started,
Backyard over there. If it's fouled off pretty firmly in that direction.
as they beat the Edenton Steamers 23-14 in their last outing. Was a beatdown. That ball's inside. Makes it a full count. Keith Gardner works the full count. River Bandits just demolished their pitchers against Edenton over at Edenton just a few nights ago. Also got hit up themselves just a bit. Allowed 14 runs, but if you allow 14 and still win, that's good, as that's grounded out. Foul back into our dugout. So a full count with a man on first. Could be a pivotal moment in this inning. The payoff pitch. He looks at it, and that's a ball. He works the walk. Keith Gardner with a great at-bat, working that walk after the reach-on error. That'll bring up Eston Snyder.
The right fielder, number 16, Eston Snyder.
Eston Snyder at the plate, our right fielder. Runners on first and second. Mruck looks back at second. Looks at Daniels. The pitch home. Snyder looks at ball one. Looked like a good pitch. Great take from Snyder to lay off that. Eston Snyder in Tarboro has a 176 batting average and 23 plate attempts, but he did have 2 singles against Edenton in that beatdown I was just mentioning. Phillips Daniels at second, Keith Gardner at first, as Snyder grounds it out to the shortstop side. There's one at second, another not in time at first. Runners now out on the corners.
The third baseman, number 6, John Howard.
That'll bring up the 9 hitter in our lineup, John Howard, our third baseman. Did make an error this past inning. Is the pitch home? Is big swing and a miss. The runner goes to second. Snyder's going to go in with no throw. Defensive indifference for the Fungo. Now 2 runners in scoring position. A single most likely will get 2 runs in. Chip away at that 3-0 Wake Forest Fungo lead. Jake Muruck trying to put a stop to that.
I'll announce it the first thing after the third out's made.
Here's the pitch home as John Howard looks at strike 2.
Okay, sounds good. All right.
Down in the count early here is Howard. Runners on second and third, excuse me. Muruck's pitch home is outside for ball 1. John Howard's going to have to work his way back in this at bat. Try to get the pitch he wants. Hit it opposite field, get 2 runs home. First and third playing in, second and short playing farther back towards the grass. The pitch grounded out to the third base side. The shortstop takes it. The play at first is in time. Runner's going to go to third. No one at third, and that'll bring a run home. Now 2 outs, a ground out RBI for John Howard.
Players report to the gate beyond the third base dugout right now, please. Thank you. The short.
That'll bring up the bottom of our order. Brandon Phillips at shortstop. Brandon Phillips is hitting very well with a .280 batting average to be at the bottom of our lineup. He grounds out first pitch to the first base side. Muruck is going to try to make it to first in time, and he does. Saves a run. River Bandits do score 1 in the inning. Strand 1 at third, and the Wake Forest Fungo still lead 3-1 heading into the top of the third inning. We'll see you here on YouTube Live for the top of the third inning. We're back in Tarboro Municipal Stadium as Anthony Mitta is leading off for the Wake Forest Fungo, and Jake Fuller is coming out on the mound for the third consecutive inning. The Fungo lead 3-1 in the top of the third. Jake Fuller with leadoff single or a double in both of the first 2 innings. Let's see, he pops it up on the first pitch towards John Howard. John Howard under it, and he makes the play for out number 1. 1 pitch, 1 out for Jake Fuller.
The right fielder, number 11, Alex Impasamado.
And that brings up Alex Impasamado, the right fielder. Righty hitter for the Fungo as Jake Fuller pitches 1 pitch, 1 out. Hopefully it makes a different result in the start of this third inning as he gets the first out quick. And there's a big swing and a miss for strike 1 against Impasamado. So 1 out, 1 strike, 5 hits already for the Fungo, only 1 for the River Bandits. So that's low for ball 1. River Bandits have had plenty of men on the bags already to start the game, just get stranded. Stranded on the corners and stranded at third. Excuse me, bases loaded. As there's strike 2 in there for Jake Fuller. Infield playing back. No one on the bases. 1-2 count for Fuller. Working a little bit faster with no one on the bags. Here's the 1-2 pitch.
Got him, yes.
And he gets there, gets it looking backwards K. Delayed call from the umpire. I didn't know what he was going to say there, and there's a strikeout for Jake Fuller.
The first baseman, number 33, Hogan Stallings.
That brings up Hogan Stallings, their first baseman. He played at Lenoir Rhine University with a 171 batting average and 29 games played, 35 at bats. Big lefty hitter against Jake Fuller as there's a big swing and a miss for strike 1. Oh, 0-1 count early, 2 quick outs for Fuller. The 0-1 pitch. As that's line down the right field line and fair all the way to the wall. Runner's going to go to second. He's aiming to, and he's going to get there safely. No slide. That's going to be a double for Hogan Stallings. Big lefty batter. Pulled that down the right field line all the way to the wall. That'll bring up Jackson Rutecki from Campbell University. Did not play as a freshman. Is a catcher. Tonight is the DH. Another big lefty hitter for the Fungo with a man on second now as he looks at a ball above the letters for ball 1. One-0 count, man on second, 2 outs in the top of the third for Jake Fuller. Here's the pitch home, as that's in there, breaking ball for strike 1.
What's the older guy with the glasses name that always sits next to Butch? I don't know.
1-1 count for Fuller. He starts to work just a bit slower with men on the bags. Looks into the sign. The pitch home is outside, just outside for ball 2. Hogan Stallings ripped that ball down the right field line all the way to the wall to get to second base. 2-out base knock. Looks back at Stallings. The pitch home. Big swing and a miss for strike 2. 2-2 count here against Rutecki. It will be a big inning for Fuller after the past inning, scoring 3 runs to Fungo. The 2-2 pitch is just outside for ball 3, full count.
They just started playing. Dang, the Mets are beating the Yanks 4-1 in the bottom of the
Yankees get fucking good.
Full count for Rutecki as Thomas Fox is on deck, their extra hitter. First base is open. Hogan Stallings at second. The payoff pitch from Fuller is inside for ball 4. Rutecki works a walk on the full count.
Number 4, Thomas Fox.
Hasn't he played in this league for like 3 years now?
So a double and a walk with 2 outs. Some great 2-out plate attempts from the Fungo. Thomas Fox, their extra hitter at the plate. Thomas Fox at Lewis University hitting .359 this past 2 seasons. Pitch home, it hits him. First pitch hits him. Jake Fuller slips out of his hands. The bases are going to be loaded for the Fungo.
The shortstop, number 15, Jack Boyles.
Jack Boyles coming to the plate as Coach Crosby is going out to the mound. We'll see if he's having talk to calm him down or if his night is done. We have Adam Jameson in the press box. We'll talk to him in the bottom of the 3rd right after hopefully Jake Fuller gets out of this inning with no runs allowed. And Jack Boyles at the plate now with the bases loaded. Jake Fuller remaining on the mound. Jack Boyles, a teammate of Josh Ruck at Belmont Abbey. Boyles, a freshman, didn't play this past season as that is outside for ball 1.
Everybody throw. Everybody throw. Yeah. Everybody throw.
Jake Fuller down on the count 1-0 against Jack Boyles. Bases loaded. All of this with 2 outs as that is outside for ball 2. Needs to work this count back in his favor. This could get out of hand here. Jake Fuller's 2-0 pitch. Swung on over to John Howard, and he catches the line out to third base. A soft line out as Jake Fuller leaves the bases loaded. Great job from Jake Fuller to work out of that, as we'll have Adam Jameson here in the bottom of the 3rd in just a moment. We're back in the bottom of the third inning as Brent Riddle is leading off for the River Bandits, and we have Adam Jameson here in the press box with me. How you doing, Adam? I am great. Excuse me, let me turn your mic on so they can hear you. That's my mistake. So, how have you liked it in Tarboro so far? I just want to get the Tarboro questions out of the way.
Okay. I like it a lot. It's a small town. I like how everything's 5 minutes away. Basically, anything you want to do, you want to go hang out, you want to go to the gym, you want to go to the field, you want to go to Walmart, everything's 5 minutes away. That's nice.
So yeah, it's just a close-knit community. So you pretty much know like everybody around. You making friends with pretty much everyone on the team.
Yeah, we all go hang out, go play poker, go hang out, go swim in the pool, go just do whatever. We hang out a lot. That's fun.
So that's awesome. So do you have any? Would you say like best friends on the team yet?
Obviously my roommate in college is Bryant from MTSU. So
Is Bryant Baronick?
Yeah.
Okay, awesome.
In high school, I played in the same district with Brock Arender and Bryant. We were all in the same high school district.
Okay, so where was that high school?
I went to Middle Tennessee Christian. Bryant went to Columbia Academy, and Brock went to Grace Christian. We were all in the Middle Tennessee area.
Oh, okay, awesome. And then, so what college are you rooming with Bryant with?
Middle Tennessee State.
Middle Tennessee State. Okay, so you stayed around there.
Yes, sir. We're local.
And then what made you come to Tarboro then? If you're all the way in Tennessee, what made you make that choice?
They kind of started signing us, and they pulled me and Brian in and said, "Hey, y'all are going together to Tarboro, North Carolina." We're like, "All right."
That's awesome. Well, cool. So far, sorry, it's loud in the press box. I'll wait a second. So with the starting here in Tarboro, how have you pitched so far in your few outings? I see that you pitched only 5 innings. How do you feel have you pitched so far?
I feel good, yeah. I'm trying to, since I redshirted this year, I'm trying to build my pitch count up to where I can throw longer. I threw 5 innings. I give I think 2 runs, so try to keep that down to 0 and just keep throwing. I'm trying to get ahead in the count and just throw more.
What would you say your biggest asset is? Like, what do you think your best pitch or best quality is?
My slider.
Your slider?
I like to throw that in like 0 counts, 1-0 counts. Whenever you might expect fastball, I can go slider.
Okay, so that's your favorite. That's your go-to pitch. Well, that's awesome. So I see that we've already hit into a double play. So this has been a kind of quick inning. So I wanted to ask about your home here in Tarboro.
Okay.
Where are you like rooming at, or where's your I forget the wording. Where do you stay at, like your group home?
I'm staying at the Hunting Lodge.
Hunting Lodge, okay.
It's Bruce and Sissy Edwards. They own a Hunting Lodge, and they let me and Bryant stay in it all summer. So it's pretty cool.
So it's just you and Bryant?
Okay,
so it's just like old times, just rooming together. That's awesome.
We kind of got our own place. Like they're there if we ever need them.
Take second turn!
We found a basketball goal. It was laying in the grass. We picked it up. We went to Walmart, got a basketball. So
oh man,
we just be hanging out over there now.
Just find the time to do do fun stuff when you're not hitting. I'm in the group chats of when you guys are hitting, and it feels like you guys are, or you're a pitcher. So I mean you're pitching, but it seems like the hitters and you guys pitching, you guys are always working.
Yeah, it's a lot, but you can find time. You just got to manage the time wisely. You can do a lot.
So you said something about trying to manage your arm to be able to pitch longer innings. Have you always been a relief pitcher? Did you used to be a starter in high school?
I've always been a starter. I'm getting used to coming out of the pen. But since I redshirted this year, I just haven't thrown a lot of pitches since I guess really last summer.
Yeah.
Second baseman, number 4, Mitch
strength back up so I can go 7, 8 innings, 100 pitches. So I can make it back to starting role.
So you're trying to start this next season at Middle Tennessee State?
Yes, sir. I'll probably expect more to come out of the pen, but I definitely get some starts in here, so I can throw more innings.
Yeah.
That's my goal. Just get as much innings and as much experience as I can get.
Get your arm back used to it. So you said you got redshirted, correct?
Yes.
Was it a medical redshirt, or you just redshirted? Okay.
It was nice. I took advantage of it. I was able to get a lot of work in while they traveled and figure out a lot of things, and it was good for me.
I think it's really smart to redshirt if you can get that extra year of eligibility, and if you come out of this pen this next season, get your arm ready, I think you could work yourself up to be a starter in your sophomore junior year.
Another year I got to lift and just be around the game, be around like the older players and learn from them and learn from our coaches, and just bring it all back into another freshman year. So
Yeah.
it's a big advantage for sure if you use it wisely.
Well, good. I'm hoping for you, or I'm crossing my fingers for you. Gets a lot of playing time at Middle Tennessee State, and I love watching you out here. I believe it might have been the first game. I don't know what game it was, as the runners are going to go to second and third with 2 outs. I watched you. I think it was the game you pitched 3 innings. You pitched amazing that game. I think you got out of a big jam.
Yeah, I think that was against Edenton.
Edenton, okay, and Edenton always seems to be our rival here.
Yeah, they're tough at bats. They like to just foul balls off and just stick the bat out there so they don't strike out. So it's hard to get them to swing and miss.
Yeah, I just vividly remember your outing here. I think it was like 6, 7, 8 innings or something like that. It was later in the game. You had some great relief innings, and it was fun watching you. And I know you've come up here a couple times, and we keep rejecting you with the interviews. So I'm glad we finally got to get you up here.
We got to do it. Yeah. Now it was fun against Edenton because we got a player at Middle Tennessee, Jeremiah Boyd.
Jeremiah Boyd.
Played for Edenton last
Okay.
year. So when he figured out I was going to Tarboro, we're talking a bunch of crap like all semester. Just talking about Edenton and Tarboro rivalry, just getting ready for that.
Okay. Well, that's awesome.
Yeah, it's cool.
You got a little friendly rivalry there at Middle Tennessee, and then you have your teammate there as well, as that's fouled off. Well, now a lot has happened as we've been talking. We've had two outs, and now there's runners on second and third, and a full count here for Mitch Jones.
He hit a bomb the other day. Hope he can do it again.
Yeah, all the bombs have been away.
I know.
I haven't seen a bomb here yet. I mean, this is my first time broadcasting. I haven't seen a bomb from the River Bandits yet. I have seen one from Edenton.
Hopefully. Our bats have been hot lately.
Oh, yeah, they have.
We couldn't get out if we tried against Edenton. I don't know. It was crazy.
Yeah, I mean, they scored. Did you pitch that night?
I threw an inning, and then we thought it was going to be run rule because we were up it was like 20 to 7 or 6 in the 7th inning. So they put Brian in. Brian was going to throw a little bullpen just for an inning. And then Edenton didn't want to do it, so we played 9 innings.
Well, Mitch Jones did just strike out, and that'll be the end of the inning for the River Bandits. I was super happy to have an interview with you. It was nice to meet you, man. I'm trying to get to know all the players just a little bit more and just get to know you guys. So I'm hoping for your success on the mound, and I can't wait to keep watching the season.
Yes, sir. Thank you. Thanks
Yep.
for having me.
Lee Watson is out on the mound in relief for Jake Fuller as he throws strike one. I'm looking at the stream comments, and we'll have to get Adam Jameson back up here. We didn't have our normal microphone. We had someone bring him in, and the microphone, I didn't think they were necessarily going to work, and it happened that they did not. We didn't have both plugs so that he could hear himself and output it, and it just didn't work out. So we'll see if I can fix that problem for Adam Quincy tonight. And if not, we will have a new microphone that we'll be able to do interviews each game without issue. So I'll have to let Wayne know to bring up Adam Jameson again because he was a great interview. Sorry, he was very low as the appeal, and he goes for strike 3.
The second baseman, number 3, Jason Aaron.
Brings up
3 sausage dogs.
number 3. Say pinch hitter, I believe. I don't have him. Oh, yes. No, he's Jason Arendt, their leadoff hitter. Really sorry about Jameson.
The sweet jalapenos.
It was great to get to know him. I'll definitely get him up here again, as there's a big swing and a miss.
If he's got him.
The pitch home is outside for ball 1. 1-1 count for Lee. So he got a quick strikeout to start this 4th inning. River Bandits still down 3-1. Had a chance this past inning with runners on 2nd and 3rd as there's ball 2.
No, it's pretty good. I wasn't expecting this.
2-1 count is fouled back into the netting.
Right idea. He's got a special guest every night, whether it's Edgeton Community College or a Little League.
Have a lot of stuff going on, so this camera is dying very fast. We don't have a battery pack tonight, so I'm going to have to bring that up and make this camera angle just a bit different. Probably doing that this next half inning as there's ball 3. A full count worked for Arendt. Try to make the view as great as possible. Going to have it in the charger just so we can have the stream up for the rest of the game. This pitch home is fouled back. Wow, close to that camera that I was just mentioning. Moved it just a bit. Shook the camera. Full count here with 1 out. Here's the payoff pitch. Is inside for ball 4. Jason Arendt, their second baseman, leadoff hitter, works the walk. Has a double and a walk this game. Pitch home, that breaking ball misses somewhere. I don't know where that missed. Looks straight down the zone. There's ball 1. So a man on first with 1 out as that's swung on. Grounded out to John Howard at 3rd. The throw to first. Not in time. A great throw from John Howard at 3rd base to Keith Gardner. Just doesn't get there in time. Speedy from Evan Harding. Infield single there for Harding. Hit it hard to John Howard. John Howard throws a strong throw over to Keith Gardner. It's been a bang-bang play for that umpire to call. That ball is upstairs for ball 1. Phillips Daniels goes to talk to Lee Watson for just a moment. Runners on 1st and 2nd. 1 ball, 1 out. Top of the 4th inning, a 3-1 game. Fungo are leading the River Bandits. Gonna have to go grab this camera hopefully as soon as possible, all the way down to 9%. Pitch home, swung on and missed for strike 1. Lights are coming on here in Tarboro Municipal Stadium. Sun is just starting to set. It's 8-12. Here's the pitch home is low for ball 2. Lee Watson, a returning player for the River Bandits from this past season, as they lost in the championship to the Edenton Steamers. Lee Watson's 2-1 pitch, and he takes a time. Two-one count. Here's the pitch home. That's in there for strike 2. Nick Badgett not happy with the call. Thought that was inside. He wanted that third ball. Been 2 bases loaded jams in the game, for 1 for each team this outing. The runner is going to second. Oh, Lee Watson looked. Didn't throw it over to second to get him, as that ball's fouled off, and the runner's going to have to go back to second anyways. Thought Lee Watson caught him stealing.
Number 36 for the River Bandits wants to play Pump It Up in between innings.
Okay. Pump it up. Pump it up. Play pump it up. Well, it's obviously something to pump the team up, so we're going to play it.
A 2-2 count for Lee Watson. Runners on first and second. Here's the pitch home. That breaking ball is in there for strike 3. Again, Nick Badgett not happy with the call as that breaking ball clips the outside corner for out number 2. Runner still on first and second.
The third baseman, number 6, Anthony Mida.
Lefty-lefty matchup for Lee Watson as that ball's outside for ball 1. That pitch is in there for strike 1. 1-1 count for Lee. Runner still on first and second with 2 outs. 3-1 ball game. Anthony Mida, big left-handed hitter at the plate. Lee Watson trying to strand those runners at first and second. Here's the pitch home. That's outside and upstairs for ball 2. Two-one count here for Lee. As the batter wants to take a timeout, doesn't get it. The pitch home is in there for strike 2. Clips the outside corner. Anthony Mida wanted the time, called it just a bit too late. So a chance for Lee Watson to get out of this inning and strand runners on first and second. The pitch home. Breaking ball misses somewhere. Full count.
Right, Adam Kilowatt.
Runners go as he gets struck out looking. Anthony Mida watches a breaking ball clip the outside corner as Lee Watson strikes out 2 to end the inning. We are back as the River Bandits are here in the bottom of the 4th inning. Phillips Daniels flies out to right field, and Keith Gardner is now up to bat. Trying to get that camera charged and set up to keep the stream going, so the camera angle is going to look a little different now. Keith Gardner looks at the 1-1 pitch and swings and misses at it. Here's the 1-2 pitch as it's grounded out to the third base side. Anthony Mitta makes the play at first in time over to Hogan Stallings for out number 2.
The right fielder, number 16, Aston Snyder.
Trying to get this camera set up as the River Bandits go down 1-2-3 in the bottom of the 4th. Still a 3-1 game. I'll be back once I get this camera charging to make sure this game stays on YouTube Live for you guys. We are back in the top of the 5th as Lee Watson is coming out on the mound. The second consecutive inning facing Alex Impasamato to start this inning as it's lined back straight at Lee Watson into center field. Lee Watson ducks under that ball, and that's going to be a base knock for Alex Impasamato. That brings up Hogan Stallings, who ripped a double down that first base line all the way to the wall his last at bat. I do have the camera charging now. It's all the way at 7%, and this is probably going to be the angle for the rest of the game. Does get all of the field. There is a netting in the way. It's not as clear as that is into center field. Hard hit over the wall, and that ball is gone. Hogan Stallings rips that to center field. Deepest part of the field, and it just gets over the wall for a 2-run bomb. 5-1 Wake Forest Fungo. Hogan Stallings having a night.
Number 22, Jackson Rutecki.
That's a double and a home run to center field for Hogan Stallings. River Bandits have a big hill to climb here to come back in this game. Lee Watson with the pitch in there for strike 1.
Well, we got to hit the baseball anyway.
The 0-1 pitch from Lee Watson. is low and away for ball one. After the River Bandits scored 23 their past game, they're stuck at 1 run in the top of the 5th. Still plenty of game to go, still half the game. Lee Watson's pitch is upstairs for ball 2. So I'm sorry again, it's a little hectic tonight with this camera view, not having a battery pack. I'll have to get one of those. Here's the 2-1 pitch. In there for strike 2. Also hectic having different microphones. I'm really sorry about not hearing Adam Jameson. I'm sorry, Jennifer Jameson. I promise I'm going to tell them to bring him up again this season, so please be on the lookout. He will be up again. That is laced into center field. Brent Riddle is under it to make the play for out number 1. Brent Riddle is getting worked out there at center field. Lots of balls hit his way.
This is like his 3rd year. He played for us 2 years ago, didn't he?
3 years ago, first year.
Thomas Fox, the extra hitter, apparently has played for the River Bandits at some point in his career. Now on the Wake Forest Fungo. Lee Watson's pitch home is in there. Hits the outside corner for strike 1.
Maybe, yeah.
So 0-1 count, 0-1 pitch with 1 out is outside. 1-1. Thomas Fox with a 1-1 count, and he fouls that off. Jack Boyles, their shortstop, on deck. Waiting for Thomas's Fox at bat. He's down 1-2. Lee Watson's 1-2 pitch. Curveball that is in there for strike 3. A backwards K for Lee Watson on Thomas Fox.
Shortstop, number 15, Jack Boyles.
Jack Boyles, their shortstop, as I mentioned, is up at the plate. This umpire has a slow reaction time or slow strikeout call. I can never tell if he's going to keep it a ball or he's going to call that a strikeout. The pitch home is outside, ball 1. Thank you, Jennifer. I really am sorry again. I can't believe I messed that up, but I can't wait to have him up here because he was really fun to talk to. As there is ball 2. So a 2-0 count, 2 outs. That ball is in there for strike 1. Still early in the season for us. We're getting all our equipment ready, using other people's equipment right now, so everything's just not all set in stone yet as that ball is hit right to John Howard for out number 3, a line out, soft line out over to John Howard. That's the second one he's caught this game, and that'll be out number 3 for the River Bandits as we head to the bottom of the 5th. River Bandits are going to try to respond after a home run for Hogan Stallings. John Howard leading off for the River Bandits in the bottom of the 5th inning as Muruck is still out there pitching for the Fungo. John Howard, our 9-hole hitter, third baseman. There's the pitch home, and that is ball. That is a ball, excuse me. Actually, I think I might be wrong. Might not be Josh Muruck anymore. It's not, actually, as John Howard grounds that over to the shortstop side. Jack Boyles the play to first in time for out number 1. Great throw from Jack Boyles over to Hogan
The
Stallings.
shortstop, number 14, Brandon Phillips.
So on the mound is Houston Willis, a right-handed pitcher, freshman from Holly Springs, North Carolina, as that ball is outside for ball 1. So we have Brandon Phillips, the bottom of our batting order, at the plate. It's been a solid hitter so far for the River Bandits, a 1-0 count as he looks at another ball, 2-0.
Yeah, they don't really do much offensively here, do they?
So Houston Willis. Got a quick out, start the 5th. So that ball is in there for strike 1. Brandon Phillips hitting .280, 7 hits, 6 singles, a triple, 5 RBIs, 2 walks, and 4 strikeouts. The 2-1 count, as that is grounded out down the first base line and foul.
Foul ball brought to you by Cotton Valley Golf Course.
Brandon Phillip, I see his favorite team is the Atlanta Braves as he fouls that back into our dugout off the netting. Slow start for the River Bandits bats. They only have 1 run here in the bottom of the 5th. Brandon Phillips trying to get something started. Here's the 2-2 pitch. It's fouled off, out of play down the third base line.
Man, we cannot hit.
Seems as every game I'm at, we don't score very many runs, and then when I look at it on Game Changer, we have over 15 runs every time I'm not watching.
You said they're 6-2?
2-2 pitch. It is swung on and missed. Brandon Phillips went fishing for that one, and that'll be out number 2.
Number 5, Brent Riddle.
And that brings Brent Riddle up at the plate with 2 outs, our leadoff hitter tonight. Center fielder, here's the pitch home, and that is just clips the inside zone for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch with 2 outs is low for ball 1. Brent Riddle looks at that one, and that'll be ball 2. No one on the bags. River Bandits trying to start a rally here. 2-out rally would be great. Try to inch away at that Fungo lead. There's the pitch, and he swings the bat into the dugout, just loses a handle on it. Thankfully, there's a netting, or that would have went into the stands here in Tarboro. Totally loses control of that bat.
Please don't leave.
So a 2-2 count. No one on, 2 outs. Houston's Willis' pitch home is a swing and a miss from Brent Riddle. He goes 1-2-3 in his first
Folks, don't forget
inning of work in the bottom of the 5th. Brent Riddle strikes out as the River Bandits cannot get anything going. We'll see you here on the top of the 6th. River Bandits trying to hold that lead to 5-1. The bottom of the order is leading off for the Fungo as Lee Watson is still on the mound, and his first pitch of the inning, a breaking ball that gets in there for strike 1. The 0-1 pitch hits him in the back, loses control of that pitch, and that'll be a hit-by-pitch walk to start the inning for Lee Watson.
The second baseman, number 3, Jason Aaron.
And that'll bring up the top of the batting order for the Fungo. Jason Arendt, their second baseman now, with a man on first and no outs. Jason Arendt has a double this game. Led off the game with a double. He fouls that back into the netting for strike 1. So Jason got the hit by pitch, and now Jason at the plate, their second baseman. UNCW, and the runner goes to second, and the throw is not going to get there in time. He slides in safely. Throw from Phillips Daniels was a good one, just threw it a little bit late. Got a great jump there from Jason Gillett. Jason Arendt still on the plate with a 1-1 count. Now a runner in scoring position. Arendt played at UNCW this past season in 2023 with a 208 batting averages and 20 games played as that ball is outside. Comes out of the catcher Philip Daniels' glove. Runner stays at second. Arendt had 5 RBIs and 5 hits at UNCW. Wasn't an everyday guy, but still a great feat playing on a D1 college as that ball is fouled above the stadium for strike 2. Lee Watson's 2-2 pitch is just bunt hit. Over, advances the runner, but gets the runner at first out. Jason Arendt, a bunt swing, goes over to Lee Watson, and he throws it to Keith Gardner for out number 1, advances the runner to third. Lee Watson's pitch, swing and a miss from Evan Harding, their center fielder. Number 2 in their batting order. Man on third. Ball in the air will most likely bring the 6th run of the game for the Fungo in. That's grounded out to Phillips at the shortstop position, and that gets past him into left field. And there's a bobble at left field. The runner is wanting to go to second, stays at first. That brings home another run.
The left fielder, number 2, Nick Badgett.
I could really use some food while we're getting our butts
So 6-1 in the 6th. 1 out, a runner on first. Evan Harding gets the single past Brandon Phillips. There's ball 1 for Lee Watson.
Got him the old nachos there. Skippity-doo-dah, skippity-day.
As there is another ball high above the letters for ball 2.
There ain't no sunshine, it is my way, 'cause we can't.
So we're going to try to have Adam Quincy here in the bottom of the 7th. We'll see if it does work. I tried fixing something as that ball is popped up out of play for strike 1.
Oh!
Hits the top of the stadium. See if I fix the error from myself. Again, really sorry about that. Runner goes. The throw over from Phillips Daniels to second. The tag in time for out number 2.
There we go, a little light there.
Great play. Great throw from Phillips Daniels over to Brandon Phillips. Wonderful throw, wonderful tag.
3-1. I guess it was a bull.
So a 3-1 count now. The pitch home is inside. Nick Badgett works the walk. So runner tried to steal, got caught stealing. Would have been on second if he just waited for another pitch.
What? Who's this? What?
Brings up Anthony Mitta, their third baseman. Lefty-lefty matchup as that breaking ball clips the zone for strike 1.
33 is the one that's hitting the ball all over the ballpark and out of the ballpark. He needs a triple.
0-1 pitch is out there for ball 1.
He got a single his first at bat.
Anthony Mitta
And a bomb to dead
at the
center
plate.
third.
Alex Imposimato on deck, and then Hogan Stallings, the hot hitter, after him. As there's ball 2.
Yeah, it's,
Lee Watson doesn't want to see him again this inning. Hopefully gets out of it here with Anthony Mitta on the plate.
keep that whistle blowing.
Lee Watson's 2-1 pitch is just outside for ball 3.
My mama told me, son, should always be a good boy, don't ever play with guns, but I shot a man in Reno just to watch him.
So runner still on first. 3-1 count. Lee Watson clips the outside corner. Looked about the same spot as the last pitch. Gets the call this time from the umpire and a full count here with a runner on first. 10 hits for the Fungo, only 3 for the River Bandits. Still a 5-run game. The runner goes. The pitch home. Grounded out. Foul down the first base line.
I'm trying to keep them pumped up, but it's hard to when you guys keep striking out and giving up runs.
Lee Watson trying to get this crowd hyped with the payoff pitch. Runner goes, and that is just upstairs for ball 4. Now a runner in scoring position and a man on first, and that'll bring up Alex Imposimato. And on deck is Hogan Stallings. Lee Watson getting a visit from Coach Crosby and our catcher Phillips Daniels. His night might be done as there's working in the bullpen.
Just play it.
Also, folks, almost forgot, we got Sunset Slush down there.
And there's going to be a new pitcher on the mound, so we will let you know who that is in just a moment. We'll be back on YouTube Live when the game goes underway with runners on first and second. runner gets moved back to second base. I thought he was on second base as well, trying to sneakily go over to third and go on the corners, but runners on first and second as Leighton Dupree is coming on the mound for the River Bandits. Tarboro native here, trying to get a big out to keep this game 6-1 in closing distance.
It's not a bad idea. They need to do that more often. Have ushers
As Alex Imposamato up at the plate as that ball gets to the backstop, and both runners are going to go to second and third anyways. Now 2 runners in scoring position. A base hit here could essentially not necessarily end the game because River Bandits can get hot, but an 8-1 lead is pretty hard to come back from. Leighton Dupree trying to keep that from happening. The 1-0 pitch. It's outside for ball 2.
That's what he needs to do.
Leighton, a 6'5" pitcher. Big frame, big tall guy. At Barton University. Played at Tarboro High School. High school, he had a 1.94 ERA. 12 wins, 4 losses. The 2-0 pitch. It's in there, breaking ball for strike 1. Leighton was a 4-sport athlete in his native hometown of Tarboro. Played baseball, basketball, soccer, and football. Now playing at Barton University for college. The 2-1 pitch, a breaking ball, same spot for strike 2.
Just keep throwing what's working. I don't know. I know what I'm expecting. 3 sausage dogs.
2-2 pitch. Runners on second and third. Just spoiled. Fouls it off.
Flailing away.
He went reaching for that ball. Just gets the end of the bat on it to foul it off and keep this at-bat going. Imposamato with the 2-2 count against Leighton Dupree. Runners on second and third, 2 outs. Here's the big 2-2 pitch as that's fouled back again.
Oh, and he can catch.
Hogan Stallings on deck. You don't want to see him.
There's no more sausage shops. They're gone to 3 boxes.
Still 2-2. Imposamato's fouled 2 consecutive balls off. Good pitches from Leighton Dupree. Here's the 2-2 again as that ball's inside for ball 3. Full count worked here. His first base is open, but as I said, you don't want to see Hogan Stallings, the man of the hour, at the plate. Here's the payoff pitch from Dupree. As that's swung on, hit deep into right field. Eston Snyder is just under it to make the play right at the wall. There's out number 3. Leighton Dupree strands 2 on first and second. And the River Bandits are going to try to get some sort of run support or any type of runs in the bottom of the 6th. We'll see you here on YouTube Live. Hopefully that'll happen. Colin Hughes, our number 2 batter in the batting lineup tonight, our extra hitter up at the plate to start the bottom of the 6th inning. Pitch home is in there for strike 1. Colin Hughes had 2 singles against the Fungo in their last meeting. He can start a rally here with a single from him. So there's ball 1. Trying to see exactly who this pitcher is. Looks at the sign from his catcher, Jelic. The pitch home. Big swing and a miss from Colin Hughes for strike 2. He's down on the count 1-2. So the 1-2 pitch
43.
is grounded out. Foul down the third base line.
We're about to find out here now. 49.
As the pitcher on the mound, number 49, is not on their roster sheet, so I can't tell you exactly who that is, but there is a pitcher on the Fungo as that is ripped down the first base line and foul. Colin Hughes got a hold of that one just early on it.
Deep on that one.
That ball would have been long gone if he kept that fair. Still a 1-2 count for Colin Hughes. Here's the pitch home. That's inside for ball 2. Good take from Hughes. Works the count back 2-2. Here's the pitch home. That's also inside. Oh, he hit him. Okay, awesome. Hit by pitch for Colin Hughes could start a big rally as he's the number 2 hitter, and that'll bring up Jack Nielsen, our number 3 hitter, in the heart of the order coming up here. So a leadoff hit by pitch is big for Colin Hughes. The next 3 hitters have our highest batting averages on the team. Nielsen and Armani Newton up next. Nielsen has a 400 batting average, a man on as that ball clips the inside zone. Looked a bit inside from my angle. Can't rip on the umpires too hard or I'll get yelled at, but I do think that was a ball. Still a man on first. The throw over to first, not in time. Colin Hughes slides back in safely. So Nielsen down 0-1. No outs and a man on first, needing to inch away at this Fungo 6-1 lead. As throw over to first again. Colin Hughes just gets back in time. Hughes didn't have a great slide there. He slipped on his slide back, and the tag was almost in time. Nielsen has still only looked at 1 pitch at this at-bat. The 0-1 pitch is high above the letters. Ball 1. So 1-1 count for Nielsen, no outs. Bottom of the 6 as that ball is also high. 2 balls above the letters. Makes it a 2-1 count. Colin Hughes inching his way towards second. Pitch home. Swung on, hit over the second baseman, just gets over his glove. Jason Arendt can't make the play, and that'll put Colin Hughes at second. Jack Nielsen with a base knock over Jason Arendt's glove. Armani Newton up at the plate has been a very hot hitter for the River Bandits. Was a triple away from the cycle 2 nights ago against Eatonton. Pitch home as he swings for the fences. Misses that ball completely. 0-1 count. How hot he's been hitting. He's aggressive at the plate right here. Runners on first and second. Needing a rally going as they're down 6-1. Armani Newton could be the guy to do it. He swings and misses once again, down 0-2 in the count early here. 2 pitches, 2 swings and misses. As seems this is a story of the day for the River Bandits as they have been getting men on base, just can't bring them home. Here's the 0-2 pitch. He looks at it, the appeal. He does not go. It's a check swing. Peel down the third base umpire, more like the shortstop umpire at the moment where he's standing. 1-2 count. As that's high for ball 2, working the count back. Monty Newton at the plate needs this. This could be the start of something big for the River Bandits. So they're still down 5 runs. Couple base hits could get this game back in order. As that ball's outside, works the count full. Armani Newton with the great at bat. Left-handed hitter Armani Newton, left fielder. Payoff pitch for the Fungo as he pops it up, out of play. And we'll have the payoff pitch again. Here's the payoff pitch. As he grounds it out towards the first base side, it's ricochets off the first baseman's glove to the second baseman. No throw over at first. And Armani Newton's going to get on with a hard hit single. Could be called an error as it was off Hogan Stallings' glove. So Hogan Stallings can't make the play at first as it was a hard hit ball from Armani Newton. Ricochets over to Jason Arendt, and Armani Newton just runs the bases too fast, no throw. As Mitch Jones is up at the plate with the bases loaded, no outs, as he has another chance with the bases loaded as he grounded into a double play in the first inning when the River Bandits had a chance to go up early. He fouls that one back into the netting, strike 1. This would be a massive at-bat if Mitch Jones can get on base, get any runs in, inch away at that 6-1 lead. Here's the 0-1 pitch. He swings it, fouls it into our dugout. That ball was inside, just jammed him. 0-2 count. Mitch Jones from Virginia Tech University. Could have a big hit here in this game against the Wake Forest Fungo on the bottom of the 6th with the bases loaded, no outs, 0-2 count. Here's the pitch home. As that's upstairs, catcher fakes throws over to first. Gets Armani Newton back. No one covering the bases, playing back as the bases are loaded. Mitch Jones trying to work this count back in his favor, find the pitch he likes. Here's the 1-2 pitch from the Fungo as he swings, lines it over to the third baseman, and that'll be a little pop-up, just a short pop-up. Barely hit it off the end of his bat from Mitch Jones, and that'll keep the runners there.
Number 24, Phillips Daniel.
Thought he might have chopped that up the way it was hit, but it hit right off the end of the bat over to Anthony Midda at third base. Keeps all the runners at their respective bases as that pitch comes in for strike one against Phillips Daniels, our catcher tonight. Phillips Daniels has also been a reliable hitter with a .333 batting average, .455 on base percentage, 3 hits, 2 singles, a double, an RBI, and a walk. Only 2 strikeouts on the season as that ball gets to the backstop. The runner's going to come home, and he's going to get in safe. That'll be a run for the River Bandits. The runners advance to second and third off a wild pitch from number 49 of the Fungo. That's big for the River Bandits as they were having trouble with runners in scoring position. They get one in, and now runners on second and third, both in scoring position, and now a 6-2 ball game. Phillips Daniels with a 1-1 count. Fungo pitchers, 1-1 pitch as he flies that out to center field. Evan Harding gonna get under that, but it's gonna be a sac fly to throw to third. Great throw, but a great slide from Armani Newton to get in safely. And that'll be a 6-3 ball game for the River Bandits. Brings home another run.
Get ready, Bandit fans.
River Bandit fans getting loud as River Bandits have chopped away at that lead. 2 more runs in the inning.
35, Keith Gardner.
I'll bring up Keith Gardner, our first baseman. He only has a home run for his 1 hit on the season. Would be a big hit to bring home that runner on third base. Armani Newton seems to be in some sort of pain off the bases. Don't know what's going on. We'll let you know if we get any word or if we get a pinch runner in for him, as he's been a hot hitter for us. Smoked that ball over to Hogan Stallings at first base, and that's what got him on. If that didn't happen, none of these runs would have scored.
So what's going on?
Seems as Armani Newton's slide might have gotten him hurt. We do have music playing, so I do have to mute myself. We are back as Preston Shelton is pinch running at third base for Armani Newton with 2 outs. Keith Gardner up at the plate as he looks at strike 1.
Come on, get one more guy in, Keith. Come on. Make it 6-4. Be happy. Get out of this inning. Come on. 6-4. Come on. Poke it through some.
6-3 ball game. Runner on third. Keith Gardner looks at a ball outside. 1-1 count. Preston Shelton at third. Doesn't have a big lead. Keith Gardner hits it over the second baseman, and it's going to go into right center field. Keith Gardner's going to go for 2. Keith Gardner with a big hit to bring home another run, brings home Preston Shelton as he hits it in the gap to right center field and gets a stand-up double.
Willis. Let me hear you, Willis.
Looks as though there will be a pitching change. And we will let you know if we do have their name on the roster, as Keith Gardner will be at second base. And the River Bandits cut the lead to 6-4. We'll be back here on YouTube Live in the bottom of the sixth. Eston Snyder, our right fielder, in at the plate as Keith Gardner doubled to bring home another run, make the score 6-4. Keith Gardner's on second base. Eston Snyder looks at ball one as he is facing a new pitcher on the mound from the Fungo, Josh Plisco from Bluefield State University. Had a 7.61 ERA combined from 2022 and 2023 in 21 appearances. 5 games started, 47 and a third inning pitched. 40 earned run, 15 walks, 43 strikeouts as that ball is in there for strike one. Allowed 5 home runs, 15 doubles, and 4 triples. Had a much better 2023 season with a 5.25 ERA as that ball is outside for ball 2. So his first season, 8.41, and his second season, 5.25. Much better in 2023. So we'll see what he can do against the River Bandits here. Eston Snyder at the plate, 2-1 with 2 outs, and Keith Gardner at second base. Eston Snyder does have a home run this season. Here's the pitch, and it is fouled back out of play. 2-2 count. There's a 2-2 count. Keith Gardner at second. Eston Snyder could bring home another run with a base knock. See if he can get Keith Gardner home. He's pitching against, or facing Josh Plisco. Here's the pitch, and it is low for ball 3. Works a full count. Big at bat for Eston Snyder as John Howard, our third baseman, is on deck. So a full count. Keith Gardner on second. The payoff pitch from Plisco. And swing and a miss from Eston Snyder. Ends the inning for the River Bandits. The River Bandits do score 3 in the inning to cut that lead to 6-4. We have 3 innings left in the game as we head to the top of the 7th. And the River Bandits now have a chance in this game, a tight game here. And we'll be back on YouTube Live in just a few minutes. As that is hit into right field, and Eston Snyder makes the running play. It looked like it could have been in no man's land, and Eston Snyder runs to make that play for out number 1.
No, don't leave. Don't leave. Come on. You just got to come back, and you guys are going to leave. What's up with that? You guys aren't baseball fans.
Leighton Dupree out on the mound.
The big Q.
Pitch home is outside for ball 1.
Thank you, appreciate it.
You all right with me calling
So
you?
we're going to have Adam Quincy here in the bottom of the 7th. Hopefully I can fix my error from earlier. Again, I'm really sorry to the Jameson family and everybody listening. I will fix that, or hopefully, let me know in the stream when I have Quincy on, as that ball hits the dirt for ball 2. As we have Jackson Rutecki, their DH, up at the plate. 2 balls, 1 strike, and 1 out for Leighton Dupree on the mound for the River Bandits as he got out of a jam this past inning. So that ball's outside for ball 3. As that ball gets to the backstop, and it's going to be ball 4. He is running over to first, and that'll be ball 4. Leighton Dupree lost the grip on that ball.
DH number 4, Thomas Fox.
That'll bring up Thomas Fox, their extra hitter, as told you last inning. I think he might have played on the River Bandits a few years ago, now on the Wake Forest Fungo, as they lead 6-4 with a runner on first and 1 out. Leighton Dupree's pitch home is outside for ball 1. Again, we have the camera at a different angle tonight because of the charging situation. It was already on 50% when the game started, and it goes down fast as he has to duck, get out of the way of that pitch. Thomas Fox almost gets drilled in the helmet from that pitch from Leighton Dupree, as it's a 2-0 count with a runner on first. Pitch home is low for ball 3.
Are they going to do something during the 7th inning stretch? Is that what
And the runner is going to go to second.
they got something planned?
I don't know exactly what happened there. Might have been a balk from Leighton Dupree.
I don't know. Well, the guy that. No.
I don't know what they're doing.
Yeah, it must have been a walk from Leighton Dupree because they said that pitch didn't count. It's still a 2-0 count.
He was just sitting up there. I don't know if he left. He might have went to go change.
So I guess a 2-0 count here for Leighton Dupree, a runner in scoring position now as that is hit hard into left field, and a diving play from Armani Newton. Excuse me, it's probably Preston Shelton now, as he pinch ran for Armani Newton. So a great play from Preston Shelton over in left field.
The shortstop, number 15, Jack Boyles.
That's weird. Well, they must have went down in the room under there. They didn't come out.
Brings up Jack Boyles, their shortstop, big righty hitter against Leighton Dupree as his breaking ball gets in there for strike 1. Leighton Dupree looks back at the runner at second. The pitch home is just inside for ball 1. Jack Boyles at the plate. The bottom of the order, Jason Jellick on deck. Leighton Dupree doesn't want to face him. Runner at second, and that ball just misses. Outside corner, 2-1. Leighton Dupree's 2-1 pitch. Breaking ball gets in there for strike 2.
That breaking ball working tonight. That's good.
Jack Boyles looks at that breaking ball. Makes it a 2-2 count. Runner still at second base after the balk from Leighton Dupree. His pitch home is in there for strike 3, a backwards K. Leighton Dupree works out of the walk, or the single, excuse me, and strands a man at second. The River Bandits still down 6-4, going to try to inch away at that lead just a bit more as they did last inning, and we have Adam Quincy in the bottom half of the 7th. We'll see you here on YouTube Live in just a moment.
Howard!
We are back in Tarboro Municipal Stadium as the River Bandits are down 6-4. We are in the bottom of the 7th as I have Adam Quincy here with me. Hopefully the microphone is working. Can you? How are you?
do a little test here.
That does sound a lot better than it did last
All
inning.
right.
Chat, please let me know. And Jack Quincy, please let me know. I know you'd love to hear from him. So who is Jack Quincy to you? I see him in the chat all the time. And
Jack Quincy's my granddad. He's my dad's dad. He actually was born and raised in Tarboro, and now he lives in Southern Maryland.
okay, that's awesome. So
Yeah.
because he's in Southern Maryland, he can't really see the games here. So that's pretty awesome. We can do that. And
Yeah, the live stream is awesome. Yeah.
So I'm glad he can come and watch your games. So you've been pitching lights out so far this season. How do you feel you've been pitching so far?
I feel like I've been pitching pretty well, just going right at guys. I like to get ahead in the count more, but I'm pretty happy with how I'm pitching so far. Yeah.
So what would you say your biggest strength is on the mound?
I'd say my biggest strength is for sure my competitiveness. Like I may not throw it the hardest or just may not throw it the hardest or have the best stuff out there, but I'm going to go right at you with whatever I have and try to strike every guy out. So I think that's my biggest strength.
Oh yeah, that's a great mentality. It's been great watching you out on the mound.
Appreciate it.
Your last outing was here in Tarboro Municipal Stadium, or maybe you pitched again after that. But the last time I saw you, pitched I think like 6, 7, 8, and you just pitched amazing.
Yeah, I appreciate it. Yeah, that was my last outing. I haven't pitched since.
That
then.
was.
Yeah, I appreciate that.
I think you might have actually went through the 9th. I think they kept you
Yeah,
out for the 9th.
Yeah, I did
okay,
finish the
you
game.
got the
Yep.
save because you were dealing, so you got out there and finished the game. Dawson Wiggins is saying, "What's up, Quincy?" I don't
What's
know.
up, Dawson?
He must be down there. Is he watching the live stream from the game?
He's
or?
probably. I don't think he's here today.
Oh, he's not here
probably
today.
watching live stream.
Okay, so that's cool.
Yeah, I want to shout out Colby Flatt too in the chat. He's went to high school with him, and he went to every high school game, and he still keeps up with me in college. So I just want to shout him out too.
Oh man, that's awesome.
Yeah.
So how do you know him? He just like watched your games. He was just a friend of yours, or
Went to high school with him.
He
He
went to high school with
he
you?
just comes to every game and supports us. So I really appreciate that.
okay,
Yeah.
cool. So when he's not at the game, he watches on the
Yeah,
stream.
he either watches or the college games. He'll go on ESPN Plus or whatever, and he'll watch there and text me after the games. Just always
Okay.
supporting.
So
yeah.
he's a great supporter. One of
Oh
your
yeah.
biggest.
Oh
Okay.
yeah.
And then speaking of college, how and where did you pitch at college this past season?
I pitched at Western Carolina University. I redshirted my first year, and so this past year was my first year, and I got around 20 innings, and I think I helped out the team quite a bit. Yeah.
How do you think like your next year is going to go? Do you think you're going to get more of a bigger role? I mean, 20 innings is a great feat, but I know you want more than 20 innings because I mean you're a great pitcher.
Appreciate it. Yeah, it would be nice if I just keep working like I'm doing. I just think I keep trending up, and there's no telling if I have a starting role next year to get more innings out of the bullpen. I mean, that's the plan for sure. Yeah, just keep working.
Would your plan be more of a bullpen guy, or would you rather be a starter?
Whatever the coaches, whatever they. I mean, I would like to eventually start.
Yeah.
But wherever they think I'd be best and help us win ball games, I mean that's the goal. So.
I mean, that's awesome. Yeah, you were talking about your mentality, and that's a great mentality to have to just want to go out on the mound and help your team out.
Yeah,
not
if I'm starting or relieving, it really doesn't matter because I'm going out there to do the same thing. So it's not any different.
As Brandon Phillips works a walk there. River Bandits working their way back into this game at the bottom of the 7th. Sorry, it's very loud in the press box. I know we're both trying to hear with the music going and everything. So I wanted to ask, did your grandfather have any, like, is that kind of the reason you chose Tarboro? Was there any other motives?
No,
or?
it was kind of just actually the hitting coach is the one who sets all this up, and he just kind of called me one day in the fall trying to make summer ball assignments and told me this is where he was looking at, and it was kind of just a pretty weird coincidence, and I told him, got everything straightened away, and I told him later that day I said I was in.
Okay,
so,
awesome.
Yeah, it was set in stone for a while.
Is that Brandon? Is that the hitting coach? I guess I see.
Oh no, hitting coach over at Western.
Oh,
yeah,
over
yeah,
at
yeah,
Western, got
yeah.
it set up here. Okay, so yeah, he's getting your
Yeah,
arm right for the season.
Yep.
So how have you liked Coach Crosby so far? Has he been a good?
Coach Crosby really knows what he's talking about, and he's pretty young, just almost fresh out of college,
Yeah,
so
he
he
is.
can relate with us, and just pretty easy to be around, and knows what he's talking about for sure. Yeah.
And then big question I always like to ask is where – ooh, that ball is stung into center field. That ball is going to go over the wall. That's a home run.
Tie game.
Tie game. Brent Riddle uses his power for a home run over center field. That's the second home run over center field this game. Yeah, Brent Riddle with the home run. Adam Quincy is hyping the press box, and that'll tie the game up for the River Bandits. And that's his roommate. That's just what I was going to ask you.
Yep.
I was going to ask who you're rooming with, where you're staying. That's the big question, is where you're staying in Tarboro.
Yeah, I'm staying over at the Mayo's house.
Mayo's house, okay. Well, wow, that big energy here. River Bandits are hyped down there in the not the bullpen, their dugout, as the fans are getting into it now. First home run I've seen here in Tarboro Municipal Stadium for you guys. I've seen some from the other
I guess
team.
you're right. Yeah, we had 3 against these guys Saturday. Whoa.
Ooh. Stuck in the
some
netting.
pints are. Wow.
Wow, that's stuck in the net. I can't.
Spider-Man up there.
I don't think you guys can see it on the stream, but it was stuck in the netting for a second.
Yeah, we had 3 against these guys Saturday, and we had 2 at Edenton Sunday. So I mean, what's that? 6 in the past couple games.
Yeah, so they've all been away games though. They haven't. I don't think you guys have gotten the home run here yet.
Yeah, 5. I guess 5 in the last 2 away games, and then 1 here. Keep it rolling.
Yeah, so that's fun. I was not expecting it to be during an interview. It's really only like the 3rd interview I've done, so that's fun. It was fun to watch it with you. So sorry, a lot of stuff going on now after that home run.
No, you're good, man.
So, can you tell me a little bit more about the house and your roommates and?
My roommates are Phil Phillips, the catcher.
Okay.
And then Jonah.
Jonah Prockett?
Yep.
Okay.
And Jonah and Brent, they came from the same college, Minot. And then Phil's actually from the Citadel, which is in the same conference as Western. So it's pretty cool having a guy from the same conference live with you.
Yeah, that is awesome.
To get to know him, yeah. And yeah, the Mayo's house, it's really nice. They got a big old pool for us to swim in. Off days we go hang out there.
Yeah.
That's basically all we're doing.
Yeah.
Off days when it's nice outside, we're going out to the pool, playing cornhole, doing whatever.
Well, that's what I was going to ask is what do you kind of do with your free time? Because I know it is a small town here as Colin Hughes gets rung up looking for out number 2.
Yeah, when we're not playing, to be honest, we're really just hanging out by the pool. We haven't really done much so far. If there's something we can go do, we'll go try it out. But we've kind of just stayed at the Mayo's house and swim. But
yeah, I mean that's not a bad idea in the summer. You guys.
Yeah, and usually after the games we're pretty tired, not really want to do much anyway. But
yeah, I mean I can only imagine. I see all the texts and everything about how much you guys are working. You guys are practicing all the time to do good for the River Bandits here, and you guys have
Yeah, that's part of our time too. Yeah, we don't just do stuff for the games. It's almost every day.
Yeah,
going to throw, hit, whatever it is. Yeah,
you guys are always training, and I mean so far it's working out as 6-2 for the River Bandits.
Yeah.
And tied game here now. We got a chance 6-1 comeback as that ball gets to the backstop, but. The pitching staff, it just seems like it's a deep pitching staff here in Tarboro this season.
It is, yeah. We got some good arms for sure, yeah.
I mean, there really hasn't been anyone that I've seen that is just, can't hit the strike zone ever. Like, there's always some outings and some, not everyone's going to have it all the time. But it seems like you guys all have great motivation. And
yeah, I think, you're going to have outings like that where you can't throw strikes or they're hitting everything you throw. But I think all those guys down there got really good arms, and they're really fun to be around. Like I like hanging out down there in the bullpen every game. Just some good guys down there.
Who would you say is your maybe best friend so far on the team that you've made that you didn't already know? Because I know.
I'd say I'm pretty tight with Brock.
With Brock?
Pretty sure.
Yeah. Okay.
Brock, Brian, and Adam. And I'm pretty sure Ryan, they're all from Tennessee. So we've kind of bonded over that too. So it's pretty cool having some other Tennessee guys on the team.
So you've been pretty much bonding with the pitchers a lot more than other hitters. I guess you hang out with the pitchers a lot more.
Yeah, I've definitely gotten to know some of the hitters, but you're just around the pitchers 24/7 when you're at the ball field. So
it does make a lot more sense to, you have your group with the pitchers. Always going to be friends with the hitters, friendly competition.
Yeah.
You have anyone that you face, like when you're at batting practice or you're if you're pitching against him, is there anyone that you think is the hardest to face, has the best bat on the team?
On this team, I'm not faced any of them, but from what I've seen so far, Armani, it seems like he catches a barrel every time he's up.
That's what it feels like too.
He's a lefty, isn't he? So I may have him there, but it seems like he's getting some good wood every time he swings. So probably Armani.
He does have before the game he had a 429 batting average. And
yeah,
now I can only imagine it's higher now after I think he's gotten 2 hits this game.
Yeah.
So.
It came out of the game. I hope he's doing better though.
Yeah, I hope he's all right. I guess it was on the slide there.
I think it was something on his forearm. I think the dirt cut him up pretty good, but
hopefully.
Yeah, patch it up and he'll be all right. For sure.
Not like a long time.
No, nothing extreme. No.
There's a meeting on the mound here. I think he's going to stay in the game. And 2 outs, 2 balls, and Jack Nielsen on first.
Is this Preston?
Yeah, Preston's pinch hitting for Armani, as we were just talking about. So had to change that up for sideline.
This guy can hit too.
Yeah, Preston's been hot too. I mean, the top of our order this game, Allison says, "Hey, Adam." Amy Quincy.
Oh, yeah, that's my mom.
Oh, that's
hey,
your mom?
Allison. Yeah. Hey, Mom. Hey, Dad.
Shout out to everybody that you want to shout
whole
out.
family, yeah.
This pitch is home, and that is hit into right field. Alex Impasamato is under that ball for out number 3. Thank you.
Hey, thank you for having me, man.
Yeah, thank you so much.
I don't know if they're watching today. They're probably not. I want to shout out my grandpa Dauber, grandmother Janice. I want to shout them out too. Oh, there's Emily. Hey, Mimi. That's my aunt.
Oh, that's awesome.
So I got all the family watching.
Yeah, you got a lot. That's why I love the live stream.
Yeah,
I'm glad we can do this for all the family members.
I appreciate
to
you
watch
having me, man.
It was great talking to you, and I hope to talk to you again soon. I love getting to know all the players, each day.
Yeah, man. Appreciate it.
We are back in the top of the 8th inning as Leighton Dupree is back on the mound for the 3rd consecutive inning. He pitched out of a jam in his first in the 6th, I believe. Now he pitched the 7th, clean 7th, and now he's out in the 8th. 1 ball, 1 strike here. The 1-1 pitch from Leighton is in there for strike 2, as he is facing their bottom of the order catcher, Jason Jellick. Hope you all enjoyed having Adam Quincy up here. It was great talking with him. I'm glad so many people are in the stream supporting him. And again, I'm really sorry I messed up with Adam Jameson, because he was also great to talk to. And I'll let Wayne know to send him up again later in the season. Probably won't be this next time, but Leighton Dupree somewhere misses. Wow, looked like strike 3, a full count now. Breaking ball is working well for Leighton Dupree. Looked like it clipped the outside corner. Payoff pitch is outside for ball 4. Wow, turn of events after it looked like he had a strikeout on Jason Jellick, and we'll turn it around to Jason Arendt, the top of the order, second baseman for the Fungo.
Number 3, Jason Arendt.
One of them was a strike.
Roll over.
So Leighton Dupree with a leadoff walk on Jason Gillick. First pitch is inside on Arendt. Leighton Dupree's 1-0 pitch. Breaking ball gets in there for strike one. Brent Riddle with a massive home run in the bottom half of the seventh to tie this game up 6-6 as the River Bandits come back from 6-1. As that's fouled back, strike two. Leighton Dupree ahead in the count. Leighton Dupree, if he holds this and the River Bandits take the lead, could get the win this game. As he came out in relief. Leighton Dupree's 1-2 pitch is grounded out into our dugout foul. Again, this camera angle is a little bit different than past games. Just was not charged all the way at the start of the game, and that ball is high. Has to back up. Jason Arendt has to back up. Almost hits him in the helmet. 2-2 count with a runner on first. No outs. 6-6 ball game for Leighton Dupree on the mound. His 2-2 pitch. Outside. Fastball misses. Full count once again.
He does miss down there a lot. He misses low and away a lot.
Leighton Dupree is a big pitch to keep a runner out of scoring position. Can't have runners on first and second with no outs. Pitch home is outside for ball four. That's what happens. Runners now on first and second. No outs, and now Leighton Dupree is in a jam. Phillips Daniels going to talk to him on the mound. As that'll bring up Evan Harding, the center fielder.
Down visit brought to you by La Cassetto Scotland Neck.
Evan Harding had a great throw from center field. Was a sac fly, but he threw it over to third, and the slide from Armani Newton, he had to rush that slide, ended up hurting his arm. So the throw was so great from Harding. Armani Newton did slide in safely. Got pinch ran from Preston Shelton. Then Shelton got stranded over there at third.
Number 13, Evan Harding.
Now Evan Harding at the plate with runners on first and second, no outs. Leighton Dupree in a jam. 2 consecutive walks after the count was worked full on both of them. 9:40 in the top of the 8th inning here. Tied game 6-6. 69 degrees. Here's the pitch home. So that's outside, ball one. Down 1-0 in the count is Leighton Dupree. Pitch home. Inside, 2-0. Strikeout and a ground out double play would be very ideal here for the River Bandits after they just tied the game up in the bottom half of the 7th. Pitch home is popped up into right field. He's going to make the play. That'll be Mitch Jones making the play. Has to pull his glove back to make that. Wasn't under it completely. Does make the play. Makes out number 1.
Number 2, Nick Badgett.
Keeps runners at first and second, and that is a big out number 1. Now the double play would end the inning. As Nick Badgett, their left fielder, up at the plate. Leighton Dupree looks over at second base. The pitch home is in there for strike 1. Gets that fastball in there for a strike as his breaking ball has been working. Fastball not as much. If he's getting that fastball working, then there's no stopping Leighton Dupree. Pitch home. That's fouled off. 0-2 count for Nick Badgett early here. Lane Dupree looks at second. The 0-2 pitch. Upstairs. Ball one. Top of the 8th inning. We're nearing the end of this ball game as it's 6-6. 1-2 count. As that's fouled back. Good breaking ball. He spoils it off. Anthony Midda on deck, their third baseman. Nick Badgett at the plate. As that ball gets to the backstop, runners are going to go to second and third, and now 2 runners in scoring position. 2-2 count. That is big news for the Fungo. Now a ball in the air, or ball to, really anywhere in the infield. Could score a run, give the Fungo that lead back. Now he really needs the strikeout to keep that sac fly out of play. Here's a 2-2 pitch. Swing and a miss. He gets the strikeout, much needed from Leighton Dupree.
The third baseman, number 6, Anthony Midda.
And that brings up Anthony Midda, their third baseman, with a chance to take the lead here in the top of the 8th for the Wake Forest Fungo. 6-6 ball game, 2 runners in scoring position. Leighton Dupree trying to get himself out of this jam. Here's the first pitch, as that is inside for ball one. Can't let that ball get to the backstop. A great stop from Phillips Daniels.
Jersey Joe ain't calling it from there.
Joe West.
See what the Yankees are. They're still losing 5-1. Well, Yankees just went up 7-6.
So they were cleaning the home plate there, was the home plate umpire. 1-0 count for Leighton Dupree. The 1-0 pitch is low for ball 2. Another great stop from Phillips Daniels. First base is open, so a walk wouldn't be the end of the world here for Leighton Dupree, as Alex Impo-Samato on deck. Pitch home is inside. Ball 3. 3 pitches, 3 balls. Leighton Dupree down in the count, 3-0. Pitch home, fastball misses for ball 4. Bases are now loaded as Anthony Midda takes the walk. Now Alex Impo-Samato up at the plate as Leighton Dupree. It looks like his night could be done as Coach Crosby is coming out. We will have a new pitcher. We'll let you know who that is in just a moment after this quick break. bases are loaded as Adam Jameson, my interview earlier that I screwed up, is on the mound. The base is loaded as he gets a big swing and a miss. High cheese against Alex Impasamato. Adam Jameson, I was just talking about how great he was on the mound in the bottom of the third. Can't wait to get him up here again and hear more about him and his way into baseball. The 0-1 pitch is outside for ball one. Oh, excuse me. I'll get that pitching change out of the way so you guys can see better. Here's the 1-1 pitch. Is that breaking ball? Just misses that inside corner. 2-1. Nowhere to go for the runners. A walk would bring home the winning run for the Fungo. As that ball is hit, skied high into center field, Brent Riddle gets under it. And he's there to make the play. Adam Jameson gets out of the bases loaded jam. Keeps Leighton Dupree from having any runs on his outing. Leighton Dupree had a great outing. Just lost a little bit of control in the top of the eighth. Adam Jameson gets the fly out and ends the inning. We'll see you here in the bottom of the eighth as the River Bandits will try to take that lead after they came back 6-1. Mitch Jones up at the plate playing some Greta Van Vliet for his walk-up song. Here's the first pitch of the inning, and that'll be outside for a ball. Josh Plisco from Bluefield State College, a junior from Morehead City, North Carolina, on the plate for the Fungo. The 1-0 pitch, big swing and a miss from Mitch Jones. Phillips Daniels on deck as Mitch Jones is at the plate in a 1-1 count. Chance to take the lead here in the bottom of the eighth for the River Bandits. Is that breaking ball above the letters for ball two?
Can you run pretty good?
This is a 2-1 pitch from Plisco. Is in there as Mitch Jones swings and misses.
No, in practice I got a triple.
So Mitch Jones from Virginia Tech University in a 2-2 count to lead off the bottom of the eighth against Plisco. Here's the pitch home as that ball is in there for strike three, catches the outside corner, and Mitch Jones goes down looking.
The catcher, number 24, Phillips Daniels.
Phillips Daniels, our catcher tonight, at the plate with 1 out in the bottom of the 8th against Josh Plisco. Home run from Brent Riddle tied the game up in the bottom of the 7th. Here's the pitch home as he looks at a ball.
I don't know. I just got an iPhone, so I don't know. But it never turns off.
So a 1-0 count. 1-0, or 1 out, as that is hit hard over to the second base side past the pitcher, and he can't make the play. Jason Arendt cannot make the play. It bounces out of his glove, and Phillips Daniels is going to get on with an error.
35, Keith Gardner.
Keith Gardner up at the plate. After Phillips Daniels hits it past the second baseman, Jason Arendt. As he looks at strike 1. Arendt's got a glove on it, hit off the mound, a weird bounce. Just couldn't make the play. Don't know if you'd call that a single or an error, but anyways, he's on base, and Keith Gardner got a double into the right center gap his last at bat. Let's see if he can do that again with 1 out and 1 strike. He looks at a ball for ball 1. Eston Snyder on deck. Keith Gardner in a 1-1 count. He swings and misses at that fastball. Down on the count, 1-2. Phillips Daniels overtaking a short lead. Not getting much interest from the pitcher over there, Josh Plisco. The 1-2 pitch from Plisco is low for ball 2. So 1 out, 10 hits for the Fungo, 7 for the River Bandits. 5 errors for the Fungo, though, keeps the River Bandits here in this game. Plisco's pitch home is big swing and a miss from Keith Gardner. Fouls it off into the catcher's glove. That'll be out number 2. It's Eston Snyder coming at the plate.
Eston Snyder.
Eston Snyder at the plate. Eston Snyder, our right fielder, has made a couple great defensive plays this game. Phillips Daniels inching his way towards second as he has a big swing and a miss, swinging for the fences. Can't get his barrel on it as that fastball is too high. The 0-1 pitch is hit hard into right center field. Center fielder Evan Harding is going to get under that for out number 3 as we head to the top of the 9th. We'll see what the River Bandits throw out there for pitching. If it's Adam Jameson again, we'll tell you who it is, and we'll be back. See if the River Bandits can keep this game tied. the Wake Forest Fungo's hottest hitter tonight, Hogan Stallings, their first baseman, up to bat to lead off the 9th inning. Adam Jameson still on the mound for the River Bandits. Here's his first pitch. That'll be ball 1. Hogan Stallings hit a home run to center field, as did Brent Riddle. It's an 0-1 pitch, a big swing and a miss. Hogan Stallings also ripped one down that first base line all the way to the right field wall. Got a double at that at bat. Here's the 1-1 pitch. That's outside for ball 2. It's a 2-1 pitch. Swing and a miss. Another swing and a miss is Adam Jameson when he's hitting that strike zone. They're not getting the barrel to it. The 2-2 pitch from Jameson just fouled off. Spoiled that great pitch from Jameson. So we'll do the 2-2 pitch once again. Jameson looks in at the sign to Phillips Daniels. Hogan Stallings at the plate. The 2-2 pitch is hit hard into right field. That's going to be another home run for Hogan Stallings into the trees. Wow, Hogan Stallings has just looked amazing tonight, and the Fungo take a 7-6 lead.
Yeah, touch on players, you're gay.
Hogan Stallings. Wow, what a hit for him. That'll be the 11th hit of the game for the Fungo, and the River Bandits are going to have some work to do in the bottom of the 9th. Hopefully, only 1 run. It's a great piece of hitting from the first baseman. First pitch from Jameson, as swing and a miss, as Jackson Ratecki is taking the plate to DH tonight for the Fungo. He's working fast. Here's another pitch. Is grounded out towards the first base side and just fouled to the right side of the first base bag. So in a quick 0-2 hole here is Ratecki. Jameson's 0-2 pitch is inside for ball 1. His 1-2 pitch is hit hard down the right field line and foul. Hope you all are enjoying the stream. Does look a little different with the camera tonight. Do get a little bit more of the field though, but you do have a netting in front, not as clear of a view. Hope you're still liking it here as we just hit the 10 o'clock mark, 10:03 in the top of the 9th. So Fungo just retook their lead, 7-6. As that is hit hard down the right field line, and that ball is going to be fair. Eston Snyder doesn't make a handle on it, and that's going to allow him to get into second safely. Ball gets past the second baseman, shortstop. It's going to go to third base, but the runner's going to stay at second. So a home run and a double to start the 9th inning for the Fungo.
The EH number 4, Thomas Fox.
I missed the last guy. I just realized that. I never said check.
Thomas Fox, their extra hitter, up at the plate. Man on second, no outs. River Bandits trying to hold that lead, or keep that lead that the Fungo have only at 1. As that ball's in there for strike 1, some high cheese, clip the top of the zone.
We're now waiting for you.
So 0-1 count for Jameson here. So that ball is low for ball 1.
Ball, and he throws a fastball for a ball, and he throws a curveball for a ball, and he throws a changeup, and that's a ball.
Adam Jameson's 1-1 pitch. Looks over at second. It's upstairs for 2-1. Runner on second, no outs. Jackson Vertecki hit that double on the right field line. Here's the 2-1 pitch in there for strike two. So this is a much needed strikeout here for Jameson. 2-2 pitch is hit back toward Jameson, over his head, over to the second baseman and to Keith Gardner at first for out number one. Does advance the runner, but Mitch Jones over to Keith Gardner to make out number one.
15, Jack Boyles.
Hey, Chris, did you get your tire rotation yet? Did you get your tire rotation?
Jackson Vertecki at third base. Jack Boyles up at the plate. Infield in, trying to save that next run. As that ball stopped by Phillips Daniels. Great stop, as that was in the dirt.
I was like, it had to be him.
Jameson would love a pop-up or strikeout. Most ideal things. That ball, just misses for ball two. Jack Boyles at the plate, trying to get that sac fly in play. As that's exactly what he's going to do. It's not a sac fly, that's going to hit the gap, and that's going to bring another run home, and he's going to get into second safely with a double. After the River Bandits come back from 6-1, now in the ninth inning, there's 2 runs allowed already with 1 out and a man on second. Still, with the River Bandits bats, you can't count them out. Trying to hold it to as little as possible is Jameson. Still a man on second now. So he doubled that into the left center gap. Jameson's pitch home is outside. Jason Jellick up at the plate. It's after him, they're going to turn it around to the top of their batting order once again. So they have 13 hits on the night. Jameson looks back at second. He's going to look over and step off the mound. Now the 1-0 pitch is just outside, misses the corner, 2-0. One out, 2 balls, no strikes. Big swing and a miss from Jellick. The crowd has went a little bit quiet here at Tarboro Municipal Stadium. Jameson's trying to get him something to cheer for as another big swing and a miss. Strikeout would definitely do that for the crowd. Crowd's starting to get into it with those strikes. Runner goes to third. There's going to be no throw. Great jump over there from Jack Boyles. Now a 3-2 count. 1 out, man on third. Sac flies in play, infield in. That gets him, strikeout. Gets him looking. He thought he had a walk. Jason Jellick was walking over to first base, turns around, and he gets rung up looking.
The second baseman, number 3, Jason Arendt.
So that takes that sac fly out of play, but now, top of the lineup up, Jason Arendt. The man on third. Infield goes back into their normal positions. Not playing in anymore as Jameson's 0-0 pitch is upstairs for ball one. Two runs, a bloop and a bomb could do it for the River Bandits to tie it up. You don't want to let that third run come in. It just makes it that much more difficult. Jameson's pitch home is in there for strike one. All it takes is a bloop and a bomb. The 1-1 pitch from Jameson. Hits the dirt. Runner at third stays put as Phillips Daniels makes a great stop. 2-1 count. So that's up there for ball three. First and second open. The 3-1 pitch is hit hard into left field, and Preston Shelton's going to be under it for out number 3. River Bandits do take, the Wake Forest Fungo do take the lead 8-6, and River Bandits are going to have some work to do here in the bottom of the ninth as they go down 2 after coming back 6-1. We'll see you back here in the bottom of the ninth as the River Bandits are going to try their best to erase that 8-6 deficit. Our third baseman, number 6, John Howard, is up at the plate to lead off the bottom of the ninth inning at Tarboro Municipal Stadium. The River Bandits went down 8-6 after tying it up 6-6. They were down 6-1, came back with a home run from Brent Riddle. We're going to need a rally here from the River Bandits here in the bottom of the ninth. As John Howard takes a ball 1, against Josh Plisco of Bluefield State University. As he grounds it out towards the shortstop side. Jack Boyle's throw to first in time for out number 1. Quick out for Plisco. Not what you want to see if you're a River Bandits fan.
The shortstop, number 14, Brandon Phillips.
Now Brandon Phillips taking the plate against Plisco and the Fungo, Wake Forest Fungo. 1 out, nobody on the bags. As he swings and misses. Hack in there. 0-1, Brandon Phillips, bottom of our order. Brent Riddle was the leadoff tonight. Brent Riddle is the one who hit that home run when we were down 6-4 to tie it up 6-6. As Phillips fouls it back into the netting, down 0-2 early here. Phillips is going to need to get on base. Try to get something for Brent Riddle to go up again as he has a hot bat after his home run. Crowd is silent, trying to let Brandon Phillips zone in, work that count back in his favor, find the pitch he wants, get a hit. The 0-2 pitch from Plisco is outside, ball 1. 13 hits for Fungo and 7 for the River Bandits. 5 errors for Fungo, which has brought the River Bandits back in this game, although Fungo still are leading. The 1-2 pitch. He goes down hacking for out number 2. Plisco strikes out Brandon Phillips.
The center fielder, number 5.
Brent Riddle is up at the plate, our leadoff hitter who hit that home run. Colin Hughes is on deck. Brent Riddle needs to get on deck for Colin Hughes, or on base for Colin Hughes.
Losing is a big stinky poopy.
Brent Riddle swings and misses at pitch number 1. They can get on base. They have some hot hitters in the order, in the heart of our order. Hopefully Brent Riddle can get on. He's down 0-1 with 2 outs. He looks at, a little stutter from the umpire. Looked like a strike. He looks at a ball. Needed that call. Now it's a 1-1 count instead of 0-2. Plisco's 1-1 pitch. As Brent Riddle lines it down the third base side and foul, down 1-2. Got his barrel of the bat to it, but he was early on it. Pulls it down that third base line. So the Fungo are 1 out away, 1 pitch away from winning this game 8-6. Here's the pitch, and there it is. Strike number 3. Brent Riddle goes down swinging, and the Wake Forest Fungo are going to win the game 8-6. That'll do it for your River Bandits tonight, as they will play again this Thursday against the Eatonton Steamers. River Bandits lose 8-6. Final score against the Wake Forest Fungo. We will see you here on Thursday night.